So today we're going to be covering adding a UFPS with the mobile add-on, a sniper rifle. We have the icon up here, and we have a sniper scope. This is the AI turret, so whenever we get close to it, it is going to actually lock in. So if I move a little bit, it automatically locks in, and then I zoom out. So same thing with this cursor. So you see how it goes from white to red. So that's what we're going to be setting up today. Alright, so I have downloaded Ultimate FPS. This is version 1.5.0. I have also downloaded the mobile add-on for UFPS. This is 1.0.1. I have this modern weapons pack. This is version 1.0. And I pulled down this military icon kit, version 1.0. I'm also using the latest version of Unity 5. I'm using the free version, I'm not using the pro version. Alright, so I'm using the UFPS mobile base content levels, this mobile demo scene. This is what I'm starting up, this is what I'm using for the video. I've taken all the items that were in the scene and I just put them in an empty game object here. Everything except for the root UI and the advanced player mobile. I just wanted to keep things a little organized, make it a little easier to get around. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with the scripts first. The first one I did was this UI Crosshair Override. So there's already a script called VP_UI Crosshair. What I did is so I've got protected override awake, just base awake. I copied this on value crosshair. I copied the whole thing and then I just changed this one line. It was value, I changed it to enemy crosshair. So you're going to want to do the same thing so that you can override this this script. You can extend it and change this one piece. So I'll actually post this up on the UFPS forums so that you can copy it. And notice I'm using a namespace here. So the next script is my sniper script Mogul. So this is for using with the UFPS mobile add-on. So the first thing I do is I've got a public game object. This is my default crosshair. I just called it UI. I've got a sniper crosshair UI. I set this is my zoom setting. So you're going to want to change this in the inspector to whatever you feel is best. I'm setting it at a float of 9. Getting a reference to the FP player event handler. The camera. I'm setting my default shake speed. It's not public, it's a private variable. I'm setting my default field of view. So right here on awake, we are getting the event handler, we're getting the camera, we're getting the default field of view, which is based on this camera. Whatever it's set up, whatever the default setup is. I'm grabbing the default shake speed. Later on I'm going to set this to 0. And later on this default field of view is going to be set to whatever this is set to. So we're using on GUI. If my crosshair is null, either one of them, I've got a error log that's going to pop up. Just basically says you must populate this, and it's going to reference the game object that this is attached to. Make it a little easier to find where something needs to be updated. So this whole piece, we are checking if the player is zoomed in. So if you're zoomed in, the sniper crosshair is active, the game object is enabled, and the default is disabled. I changed my shake speed to 0, and I changed my rendering field of view to what we set right here. Otherwise, I am turning my sniper crosshair off and my default on. My field of view is what we started out with on awake, and my shake speed is what we started out with on awake. So basically when you're not zoomed in, so this is not zoomed in. Alright, for this next part, I'm going to assume that you have created weapon prefabs before for the first-person weapon arms. So what I did is I took the basic arms, I added a weapon, and I basically set it up the way I wanted. Then I duplicated this 3 machine gun and renamed it to 5 M4A1 sniper, and I set up my arms, reference to my prefab. I also changed all my most of my states, so you've got my my presets. So I made a lot of edits here to the sniper, the zoom, out of control, crouch, run. I didn't change the reload because it looked fine. I also changed over here on the states the shooter sniper zoom. I'll show those presets, but really you're going to want to edit these on your own, and I'm going to assume that people know how to edit these. I also duplicated the bullet from the pistol, and I just made the settings range of 500, force of 400, damage of 5, and I set all these impacts up, all these prefabs up to the same as the machine gun, just to make it easy. I also went through the process of creating the unit banks. So you're going to go to add your unit and add your unit bank. So for mine, here's my unit. I'm using the machine gun bullet, and here's my unit bank. This is where I'm using the icon from the military icon kit. I just plugged it in there, and here's the bullet that I'm using right here. So you're going to add that script directly to this new weapon. You're just going to go add component, scripts. Because we created a namespace, it's right here. So you're going to add this, and you're going to set up these game objects. Alright, so you find your root UI. I took the anchor middle. It was all the way at the bottom. I moved it all the way up to the top. For the top right, so this is the top right one right here, I expanded this weapon slider out, which is this component. I just copied the machine gun, renamed it the same as what I named here, 5 M4A1 sniper. I called it the same thing here. I also created a new material. So here's my material. It uses the sprites transparent unlit. I set my tiling to 6, 11, negative 2.25 and negative 8.4, and I used the this icon right here. I changed it to a GUI instead of a texture. You don't have to do that step, it just makes it so it doesn't have the white around it. So for this anchor middle, I duplicated this crosshair, I renamed it Sniper Crosshair. You're going to see that this one has this VP UI crosshair script. What I did was I removed that script and I added that new script that we created, this UI Crosshair Override. So I added that script. It's not going to look exactly the same. I added my scope. This one's just a texture. I set the icon size to 1, the multiplier, this is when you're running, to 0.5, this target radius, I made it 5. I figure it should be a little easier to target into enemy on mobile devices. So, and then I've got the radius of 4. I changed this material. So I created a new material, called it Sniper Crosshair. Another one, Sprite Transparent Unlit. So I made sure that this VP UI touch button script is on here and the require stay in bounds. This way, whenever you scale to the different devices, it's going to still fit. So for this one, I made it a scale of 4, 4, and 1. This way, it cuts off really well on the device. So I disabled it, and then over here, I dragged in the crosshair, and I dragged in this crosshair. So the best way to update these, all these different presets, what I typically do is I copy one and I rename it. So for this one, I actually copied the pistol and I renamed it to M4A1 Sniper Zoom. So what I usually do is I have this open on part of my screen, and then I come over here, I go to my states, I click on zoom, and then I change the rendering, these position springs to where I want them. So then what you'll see, the only thing I did on this one is I changed this 0.47, you can move this around and the weapon will actually move around. So what you do is you make these changes and then come over here to the script, make the edits, and save it. So the same thing goes for the other ones, like run. I changed it to where it's down here. And you got crouch, I moved it down there. I didn't do anything with the slide. Slide fast, I edited up here. Before it was way over here and up here. So you can see, making these edits is going to change where it's at. The same thing goes for the other one. So you got your VP weapon shooter. I actually made edits to this zoom so that it gets out of the way. You may have to make edits on some of the different ones as well, but it's the same principle. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just leave a comment or post a comment on the UFPS forum page. I'll have a link at the bottom of the video where you can find the scripts and the assets and everything else. Alright, thanks a lot. Bye.